What's going on, everybody? We are doing another unboxing of the Sideshow Nightcrawler. Excited to get a piece. Sorry I haven't made a couple videos. As always, I start with telling you I have no control over what comes in. I just get it when it comes and I make a video. So this is a DC Collectibles unboxing, again, of Nightcrawler from Sideshow. So I made the epic mistake of just purchasing and not really thinking. And I know there's a famous man in this industry, he always says, practice restraint. And that I did not do. I've always wanted a Nightcrawler piece. Couldn't find one I liked. I had a couple floating on the internet. None that really caught my eye. And Sideshow, I said I wasn't going to buy much more Sideshow, but I really liked it, so I had to buy it. Shortly after that, XM, a couple months later, oh wow, I don't think it's actually going to look this good. XM released their version of their XM Nightcrawler, which I ended up buying also. But I like that line. They're doing that Age of Apocalypse line, so I have Apocalypse. I didn't order Archangel, wasn't really too into it, but I am going to order that new Wolverine that they're making because I think that piece is just phenomenal. Anyway, this actual Nightcrawler will go with a couple of the pieces I have from Sideshow, including the Gambit, the Colossus, and I actually have the Wolverine. I just never unboxed it, but I'll put that one up there too. Right off the bat, the base is amazing. It's got really great colors, really great fading on it. It's actually a lot crazier than I thought it was going to be. I'm being honest, I gave this piece, I was really upset after I saw it because I thought the XM one was so much more dynamic and awesome. I didn't expect this to look as nice as it does. Super vibrant color, especially for a colorblind guy like myself. But I'm excited for it, and let's just keep building and see where we go from here. There's a lot of parts to this. So I don't actually know where to start, but we're going to make it work, and that's the deal. Now, are you a fan of any characters? This is Bella, by the way, if you guys can see her head on the bottom left. Do you have any favorite characters?
No.
I don't know what is. We're unboxing a character. Oh, she just walked in on this. She has no idea what I'm doing. So what I do is, these statues that are all over the room, I unbox them all and show people what they look like in case they think that they want to buy it and they don't know what it looks like. They get to see it on an unboxing video like so. Mm-hmm. So the question is, do you have any characters that you like? It doesn't have to be Marvel, doesn't have to be DC. It could be Strawberry Shortcake, whatever you want.
What? Now from like DC, my favorite is Flash.
She likes Flash. That's a disappointment. Didn't really expect that kind of negative energy in the room today, but here we are. Okay, so the one thing I do know about this piece is that it's pretty cool. To show you guys a little bit of a close-up of it, it's got a really awesome pose going on, and Sideshow made this, in my opinion, a little more cartoony, obviously, than other brands do. Sideshow, in my opinion, in the past couple of years has dumbed down things a lot as far as detail goes. So they go with this sprayed over kind of like emotion of the body looking kind of deal, which is cool. It doesn't really matter to me. I think it's cool no matter what, but definitely not what some people may like. I just go with the flow on it because I ain't mad at it. Now, I'm understanding that this goes in here, and it makes me nervous the way that it's actually laid out because it fits decent. Now, I'll show you guys in a second, but actually I can show you right now. When you turn this piece, there's no real support on this back end. So the dynamic pose they have going on here is actually really awesome. And it would take a lot to move it, but the Sentinel's hand on this is remarkable, honestly. It actually looks like it's a brand new Sentinel coming in and attacking, and he's kind of going into action on it. And if you see all the smoke around is obviously, the smoke when he disappears and reappears and kind of, part of his mutant ability. So really nice. Didn't expect it to look as cool as it is, but it's so far so cool. So the pose is great. Everything's great on that. I should probably look at what number piece this is. Does it say what number does it say?
What number? Go and turn it. Premium format.
Should say its number.
1250.
Number 125.
Or 0123.
Oh, it's 0123. That's a pretty cool number to get. So this is number 123. I've never had a cool number. So number 123. Very cool. A lot of pieces to this. A couple of change outs. Nothing too wild. Again, something I've noticed that Sideshow does as a company, they don't go too crazy anymore. Not that they really ever did. And I know one of people's biggest sins are to not buy custom statues. I personally love it. I don't really look to resell things. It's not what I do. Certain pieces I probably will resell in the future, but right now I'm looking to not resell anything. So this goes in his butt. Sorry, for those of you who don't understand that. The tail is actually really solid. I kind of thought it was going to be flimsier. It looks really good. It attached really easy. It locked in really nice. I'm not mad at this. So we have a few more pieces to the base that I actually have to probably remove the tail to do. Yes, I do. So I have to remove him entirely, actually. This is not going to be fun. Okay, so this goes in and locks in just like that. And now he goes in. I made a video a while back saying that I don't cry over seam lines. But in this particular statue, they did not care about seam line. They just made them. They blatantly made them. You gotta understand, when you're doing any kind of resins or polystones or anything like that, seams are gonna happen. That's why I don't bitch about it. Some statues, like the rhino I did a few weeks ago, I'm actually looking at it right now, there's a massive seam line on it. But you can't really do anything about it, unfortunately. It's just, you're not dealing with real skin. You get the Thanos, piece up here, and he's got rubber in here. There's really nothing to make a seam on this. It's a two-piece unit. It's just the chest, just the base, and a couple pieces. So seam lines don't matter something like this. In this particular case, you would have thought they would have tried to hide the seam lines, but they just don't care anymore. And I think that comes with the territory of Sideshow. If they think I'm talking bad about them, I'm not. I'm just making a blatant statement, is that they become such a commercialized, sales company, and obviously they're a third-party sales company for other companies like Queen Studios, who makes some of the best statues ever, and then they make their own pieces like this. But because they're doing so much, I kind of think their quality went down a lot. That's why I don't have that many orders from Sideshow pieces themselves. I just may buy a Prime Studios. Is it Prime Studios with them? Or Iron Studios? Iron Studios, or Queen Studios, if I can't get another website. But again, they just kind of throw it together. They have a massive seam line over here in the smoke. To me, it's not the end of the world, but you can see that they just don't care anymore. They're just rolling with it. There are a couple change outs in this piece. There's obviously more smoke, and a little turd right here. I don't know where the turd goes. Oh, turd goes down here. So they got a little dookie right there. Perfect. Then he's got if you are familiar with the character, he has two sword change outs, which I'm likely going to use both of these sword change outs. So he's got one there, and then this is the exclusive option. So this is the exclusive part of it. So two change outs there, or you can go with just his two arms, ET phone home looking things. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm just going to put them back in the box because I have no reason to really... Oh, let me see, actually. What do you like the swords?
I like them.
Yeah, you do one sword, you do two swords. Actually, that... You like that? Really? Okay, shots fired. So I'm not going to put the swords back in the box. I'm going to use one with a sword and one without. So that was a good call. But he does... There's more explosions. Look at this one. They're just exploding everywhere. Kind of like the Gambit statue, it has the same idea, but this is a failure of design. Again, my opinion. I think Sideshow is lacking on this, but it's totally up to you. The Gambit statue, which is I assumed was a part of the same line, has a totally different color of explosions as the explosions on this. I could be wrong, could be totally different story paths of what they were doing with their statues, but if you ask me, the Gambit was one of, this Gambit and this Logan right here were two of their last definitive pieces where you were like, wow, they really care about detail in this. And that's what I love about both of these, is the Gambit looks phenomenal, the way the coat lays, the way it's sprayed, everything like that, the little toothpick hanging in the mouth, the Logan, the arm veins, the hair showing, the ribbon band joist across the bottom of it. Two phenomenal pieces. These particular pieces were two pieces that I said I needed to have because I loved how much they looked like resembling of the characters. And This Gambit to me was better than the XM Gambit. Personal opinion, only because of the pose. I like the dynamic pose of him throwing as opposed to him throwing the cards in the air. Lastly, you have the Colossus, which I believe is a part of that series. It wasn't the greatest Colossus in the world. It was just something about the way it looked in person that I really, really liked, and that's why I went forward and moved forward with it. And then they made the Juggernaut part of this series. The Juggernaut piece is amazing. It is literally amazing. Comes with the Kitty Galore, attachment. The between the Gambit, the Logan, which is not a part of it, and the Juggernaut, those three came out absolutely amazing, and they started digressing from there. Last but not least, we have the head, which I'm not disappointed in it, but I thought they would have maybe made, a couple of different head choices. They did not. So that I would have liked one maybe with his mouth open. I thought that would have looked a little bit cooler too. So this is very plain Jane and simple, but we're gonna put it right on in. Ooh, it doesn't sit very nice. But there it is. So let me give you guys a little bit of a closer look on this piece. Again, it's very cool with the colorizations on it. The pose is really awesome. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it is. But as you can see, the explosion in the hand of the Sentinel just looks badass. All in all, for $600, whatever it came out to, it was definitely worth every dollar. I spent a little bit more on the XM version, but I'm happy to have this piece. And I don't think I will actually sell it. I just think it's really cool, and I'm happy I could have it part of the collection. So, for me, I was always my top 5 X-Men good guys will always be as follows: Wolverine, Gambit, Colossus, and if I had to pick 2 other bad guys good guys I liked, it was also Jubilee and Rogue. Number 6 was Nightcrawler. I've always wanted the Nightcrawler piece. I'm happy to add this. I'm also happy to have the XM one. Having 2 characters, I know some people have like 50 Superman and 20 Batman. For me to have doubles or triples of characters I like Wolverine, I have a few, Hulk, I have a few, Deadpool, I have many of, Power Rangers, I have many of. So I'm not going to sell it. I love it. I think it's a great piece. I hope you guys enjoyed this from DC Collectibles. My name is Dave. This is, in fact, your Sideshow Nightcrawler piece, the exclusive version. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the channel for more upcoming unboxings and a few customs that are on their way, including the actual, not custom, but the the Prime 1 Godzilla bust will be here in a few weeks. A couple other Godzilla pieces, along with some Power Ranger ones too. And I'm going to be officially doing a giveaway in the next 2 videos. So I hope you guys like this. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.